Let's face it, the chance of Kengan getting a big budget game adaptation is extremely low, but if it does get made, and you want to do Kengan Ashura justice, this is how. When the discussion came up, many people went along the route of it being a Kengan Fighter Z, and that can't be made since we already have Fighter Z. So here's Kengan Ashura Ultimate Fighter. Games cost a lot, and mistakes can make them cost even more. So knowing how the game should be before writing the first line of code or making the concept art is necessary, or the idea won't gain traction. Kengan Ashura Ultimate Fighter is a mostly third-person Kengan game with many artistic liberties taken and more fighting styles than any game before it. Just like the fighters, the gameplay has variety, with there being many different ways to play it, depending on who you are fighting and who you are fighting as. There are 5 tier levels so that the weaker characters are still usable in the tournament, but also so that Ryuto doesn't beat Kuroki. Trying to beat a fighter in a higher tier is a bad idea unless you are challenges or you are in easy mode. You also get training mode. The game follows Omar and all the other fighters through the story, and there are 2 ways to get characters, to beat them in a fight or to buy them. Some characters can only be bought while others can only be won. I will expand on this later. I'm not sure if people care about this, so I'm going to keep it short. The subtitles will be an easy way to read white colored font with a black outline and a contrasting background behind it. You can customize almost every part of the game. The reason for this is to make the game as easy to play and enjoyable for everybody, whether you're fully blind or muting the game and putting the screen on extra low to hide the fact that you're playing the game at 11 PM on a school night. When starting the tournament, you'll go into your selected character's backstory with the exception of Omar, Kiryu, Kuroki, and Fang. After playing their backstory, you'll face 5 assassins that each have movesets of the fighters that you'll face in your route, again with the exception of Omar. Every character in the tournament has their own mercenary, meaning that there are 31 unique enemies. This can be switched off if you want to turn blind. For each route, it will be 5-on-1 because 5 different fights would take too long. Before Omar's fight with Ryan, Area will send the 3 main Kuri clan members for getting your Carlo, and when you beat them, you get them. In every fight, you have a limit of 100Ks to win, and in normal Kengan matches, you have a chance to win novelty items. You can also use the currency to buy special missions, clothes, and characters. Kengan tournament fighters are the ones that can't be bought with the exception of Kuroki, since you don't beat him in the first playthrough. Number 1. When playing as Nikaido in an assassination mission, the game will turn into a platformer with a focus on preserving your limited amount of needles and making sure to use everything you pick up along the way, whether it be by stealing from an opponent or finding it on the ground in case it will be useful later on. 2. Power-ups in the case of Foresight in the zone take a long time to activate. To charge them you have to block, parry and play defensively so that the accuracy and in turn the power increases. If the opponent uses only one attack in the entire match, the power of the Foresight or zone will be extremely limited. You have to analyze a large amount of their style for it to become useful. You can also switch to an offensive style without losing your charge. For advance and removal, it drains stamina and focus, meaning that you can't use techniques. It's more difficult for you to block, and when you take lots of damage, it takes longer for you to get up. For Ray's speed amp, the more he amps, the lower his health drops, until it stops at 1/10 of the original health, and all other techniques being unusable. If you fight as Megara and you enter Psycho mode, the world changes color, you gain defense, and you see Megara's dad in the background. It's the same with Kiryu, except you can hear Nico insulting him, and you can see multiple Omas in the distance, and the enemies slow down. These modes can be switched off. Number 4. There will be 5 tiers that characters can be placed in for their power. Characters cannot usually fight above their tier, as the opponent will be too powerful. It is possible, just extremely difficult. Enemies in higher tiers will be more reactive to your fighting style. For example, if you fight like Ryan, the enemy AI may respond more like Cosmo or Hatsumi. In PvP, there will be 3 character slots. Each character will cost a number based on their tier, so depending on what PvP mode, you'll have to change your team. You can place every different Omar and have a team of only Omas. Every fight is a boss fight, since in the tournament there are only 5 matches, unless it's a match against one of the weaker opponents. In fights with the strongest characters, the enemy will have 2 forms. The first form is there so that you can learn the attack pattern, and the second form is an advanced AR to target your styles so that you can't use the same moves as before. These fights won't be quick and you won't be able to win if you aren't focusing. Kuroki, Fang, Gamukaku, Zai Yang, Eduru, and Omar will have 3 forms to cement that they are the best. Megara will have a Hotline Miami-like mission where he goes into a criminal organization and kills the enemies from a top-down look. In this game, you can use any weapons the enemies have, and you can choose a gun, but it has no auto-aim. When you complete the tournament as Omar, you get a new tournament titled Omar's Path, where you can only play as Omar in the Ultimate Kengan tournament and win, and if you do win, you get the strongest, fully healed Omar, which before you could only play in Omar's Path. It has more difficult opponents with a much better AR and a different lineup, with 32 of the strongest characters. Even the ones who weren't in the tournament, those you don't have, and the ones in Omega are in it. Even if you beat them, you'll not get them, and there is no easy mode in this tournament. There is unique dialogue and scenes talking about the connection with them, and how much has changed since the last tournament. The order in which they are set is randomized. Number 9. Young Kiryu's and Young Omar's special mission are them surviving in the inside, gathering food and fighting in other places that they were before the start of the series. Number 10. There is a Kengan Omega DLC as Koga and you have to buy the others. No mission for Koga at the pace the manga is going. Just playing as him, when you buy the war member Ziyang, you get a special sneak mission with his AI student in which both of you disguise yourselves as a Kengan CEO and an affiliated fighter. There's lots of freedom so you can do the mission how you want to. There is no correct way to play this mission. Number 11. Characters have special animations when they lose.